Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back. Wow, I have a video for you guys. So I picked up the Traxxas 8020 Snorkel and mirror kit for the TRX4, and before ordering, of course, I was smart enough to go, hey, what's this thing fit? And of course my truck was on the list along with every TRX4. However, no instructions came with this thing, and no templates. Even if it would have come with just templates, I would have been happy. Looked up YouTube videos to find out how to do this because I've never done it before. Like many of you have never done this before. But I guess Traxxas figures if you bought this kit, you've done this several times, right? You've made your mistakes in the past and now you're an awesome expert at it. Yeah, right. Anyways, so of course I made a couple of boo-boos. One of which is on the left side, which is hidden, which is good. And of course on this side, I was not able to hide my boo-boo so well yet. But I got a boo-boo here, and I got a boo-boo here. Because when I first installed the mirror, I lined up the plate so that everything fit, right? Because you get a backing plate for each side. And this is the larger backing plate because it also holds your bottom into your snorkel in. Now, I thought I was doing alright, and turns out that my snorkel would have wound up on my door. Not where it's supposed to be. So I had to move things. So I still gotta fix this up somehow. I'm really pissed because this is a $90 body to replace in Canada. And the kit cost me like $7 at Great Hobbies. So I don't hold Great Hobbies, you know, at any fault here. This is Traxxas, you know, this is their screw up. When I looked up videos, I found another kit. If I remember the numbers right, I think it was like 8119 or something. That is listed for strictly the TRX Sport apparently, but it came with templates. You know, so the guy's got templates and everything, and it's like, I got no templates. How the hell am I supposed to know what I'm doing here? So you take your best guess and hope you're right. It kind of made sense that, you know, you have to be able to have space if you're going to put body armor on, because if you look at your sides here, there's like little things that look like little screws. That's actually where your screw-on body armor screws into. And I am going to be putting full body armor on this thing. I want to get as realistic as possible. They even have like door handles, like real door handles you can get. The whole enchilada, right? So anyways, that's going to be a progress over time. And you do have to cut a slot, of course, between your fender and your hood for the little piece on the bottom of the snorkel to insert into, and even that doesn't fit right. And it's like, oh my god, are you kidding me? This is Traxxas, right? They're supposed to do stuff right. I mean, the kit was a good quality, but like there's a big gap in here that shouldn't even be here. And I have the height right. You know, I'm totally correct on my heights. I got the right placement this time. Everything else is good. I got just enough room for my screw for my body armor, so I'm going to have to pull my mirror off to get the body armor screwed in this area when I do get it. But in the meantime, I still got to fix up this spot here and this one here. I'm thinking maybe some epoxy resin and, you know, add some color to it to kind of hide that. The other side, what went wrong was I thought I was in, well, I am in the right place as far as being shifted forward properly, but I was actually a little bit on the low side into the door, so I had to actually go upward and in, which also there's a little titty on the mirror up top, and then of course your bottom portion, which is actually over 1/4 of an inch in diameter, that has to go into its hole, and they need to be separate preferably, right? You know, but this is not going to budge. It's on there. I'm good. I was able to leave enough of a shape that the mirror cannot move or twist on me. The other thing is they give you 2 coarse thread screws, which is fine because that's for your mirrors. And then they give you 2 short fine thread screws and 2 slightly longer fine thread screws that are completely and utterly useless on this thing. Like, totally useless. And on the backing plates, which I'll show you in a minute though, there's other bracing you can use so the plates can't move or twist, which is really good. Of course, they built those backwards, you know, you got to put a screw in, but you need a nut on the other side. The way they designed it is the screw went and countersunk in, so basically you're putting a nut through on the other side or no nut, and you'll see screw threads. Which also comes to point, no nuts, right? And there's a lot of pressure even on the Snorkel. I had to go through my Traxxas screw collection to find some longer screws to get the Snorkel in there with a nut. And it's like, oh man, you gotta be kidding me. Like, it was bad enough when I made my boo-boo here, but then when I made my other boo-boo here, I just like kind of flipped out. But eventually, I'll probably order a brand new body. Should anything go wrong, like I break this body somehow, well then I'll order a new one. But I will not be putting on another set of mirrors and Snorkel kit, even though now I know exactly how to do it. I can go through this crap again, because that is total horse crap that they wouldn't even give you templates with this kit, yet the other kit has templates, and you would be like, screw up with like, anybody who's never even done this before would be able to do it with the templates. It's that easy with templates. Now, you are also going to need a reamer, which is a mandatory must for this, because even though your thicker area is 1/4 of an inch, you still gotta, it's actually, you will get to 1/4 of an inch, but the next size up from that might be okay, but you gotta kind of fine tune it with the reamer, alright? I don't have drill bits that are going to be the exact precise perfect size, so that things just go together really super nice. So the reamer comes in handy for that. So you're going to need a reamer. This thing cost me a couple of bucks from Wish. You can get them from Banggood as well. And this is a multi-blade reamer. I believe this one's like six points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6-point reamer. And it works because it's very fine cutting, and it only removes a little tiny bit at a time, which is really nice. Other reamers kind of suck because anything less than 4 points, forget it, throw in the garbage. It's going to just hog material. So anyway, in the end, I mean, it does look pretty good, other than like this one side. Now I have a screw on either side as well down here, which goes into those brackets I'm about to show you. I am really thoroughly disappointed in Traxxas for this one anyways. So let me get the chassis out of the way. Okay, so inside here, and I don't know how we're going to see, I'm going to add some extra light, maybe that'll help. But inside you'll see that I've got a screw on the outside down here in front of the mirror. It actually comes out here to a nut, and then I got another one on the other side holding the other bracket. So this way there's no possible way the bracket can actually move. It also helps keep tension proper here on your Snorkel to its screw, because again it's a different screw, and I actually changed over to longer screw on the Snorkel, because the screws they give you that are the longer ones are too flippin' short. They don't even hold anything. It like pulled it right out. It's like, this is just horrible. Like, it's one disaster after another with this, you know. When I cut the slot, I almost cut my wires for my LEDs. Actually, I should test them and find out. There's a good idea. So anyways, overall the quality of the parts is really, really good. I looked at a lot of these kits before I even bothered to order one, because you can get them from China, right? And it's like, so many of them, like, they just look so stupid, and they're like really rubbery and grossy, and you know, no real quality there, you know. Like, durability, yeah, but quality, not so great, you know. Okay, so there's the Snorkel side. There. Yeah, so it looks like no problems with the lights. We're okay. The lights are all good. But anyhow, does look good. The fake mirror glass stickers, well, they could have done a better job because other people have. I'm going to see if I can find some online that look a lot better, and then I'll just go over top of these ones. You know, I'm going to leave them on, but I'll just go over top of them. You know, but Not a bad kit as far as quality goes. Very flexible rubber. Like, it's going to be really hard to do any real substantial damage to these things, which is good, you know, because it is a very, well, this is very thick rubber. This is, well, I say fairly thick, but very pliable. So it's going to flex. So if you roll your truck over, it's not going to hurt them. So the quality grade level of the materials is really good. But the no instructions, no templates, crappy selection of screws, no nuts, okay? You know, and even the screw, I'm actually going to shorten this up, but the screw holding the top of the Snorkel is a longer screw, and I'm a little over 1/4 of an inch longer, but I also had to have a nylock nut on there, which I have nylock nuts on the other supports as well. On the mirrors and whatnot for those brackets, they have nylock nuts, so this way there's no way it's coming free. But to try and do this without a template kit and or instructions, you are likely to have a really good chance of screwing this up. And if you've never done this before, I will almost guarantee you are going to screw this up unless you really watch a boatload of videos and get a ballpark idea. But that's about all you're going to get, because I haven't found any videos yet that actually show anybody doing the install on this one. And this is the 80/20 kit. Okay? So, and being that as it is, and of course, you know, if you do have a tactical shell, or doesn't matter which TRX shell you have, you're going to have some issues unless you get a kit that actually has templates. And so anyway, Traxxas, as far as I'm concerned, they get a bit of a thumbs down. Like I said, I got 2 boo-boo spots. Really pisses me off. You know, considering the cost of these shells is just enormous. You know, like 90 bucks Canadian is a lot of money for a shell. We even checked eBay and stuff out, and yeah, no luck there. Not for anything that's going to be affordable. It's actually cheaper to wait until Great Hobbies gets another body in. I mean, I'll still drive it like this. It's not major, but for me, for the looks thing, if I can hide this well enough, then okay. If not, well, it's going to be a bit of a problem. But at least where it's messed up, it was black. So if I can match that black up with some resin and hide that, then I think it'll be okay. And of course, I'm going to have to paint the screw heads black as well. Just, you know, they're going to eventually get nailed again, but at least initially, I'd like it to look better, you know. I mean, I spent a lot of money on this truck, you know, and it's kind of like I really care about it, you know, and it upsets me when stuff like that goes really bad. And that brings us to our next one, which I will just make mention of in this video instead of doing a whole separate video. This is the RC4W drive bumper, okay. It is exactly the same bumper as the stock plastic one. For the TRX4 Tactical, and the hitch that's on it right now is actually a hitch I got from China. I can't remember if it was Banggood or Wish, but anyways, I had to run it through the sander and thin out 3 out of the 4 sides, because I had shoulders on 3 sides, so it's kind of like, okay, I can go right into my sander and go zzz, 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 you know, until I got a perfect fit. This has like the spline in it, okay, so if you take a look at your bumper mount, how it's kind of built kind of like an I-beam, right? So this is the same sort of deal. So anyways, it didn't fit, and I was like, oh, this kind of ticked me off. So I figured, well, you know what, I'll just order an RC4W drive one, and then I'll have a perfect match, and I also get the benefit of a drop hitch, which I can raise and lower. And you know, I was kind of hoping I could actually flip it upside down like this when I'm not using the trailer, just to have it there, but tire gets in the way, so there goes that idea. So anyways, the idea here is if you're going to haul something, put a trailer hitch on. If you're not hauling anything, take your hitch off, because it'll this definitely impedes you when it comes to climbing rocks when the trailer hitch is on there. So if you're doing rock crawling with this, take your hitch off. Anyway, so I bought this little bugger for 28 bucks Canadian and about 15 bucks shipping, and it doesn't even fit, yet it's RC4W drive and it's supposed to fit this bumper. So I called Great Hobbies and talked to them, and they actually had a bumper and the exact same, well, same exact bumper and same hitch in stock, and he tried to make it fit in theirs, and nope. So obviously there's a defect, and we got some serious quality control issue going on here with our C4W drive, because they're supposed to fit each other, you know, which is another reason why I bought this thing, because they're supposed to fit. It don't fit. So, and I'm not modifying this one, not yet. I have to wait until next week to hear back from Great Hobbies to find out what they're going to do about this, because it is clearly a defect, right? So that's a problem. He's already sent in a ticket to RC4W Drive, and they'll be getting a hold of them, of course, too, because now they have a pile of stock. God knows how many of these things they ordered that are not going to fit the bumpers, and which is going to piss their customers off that do come in off the street at a local store, and they'll buy this, they'll take it home, and it ain't going to fit, and then they're going to be pissed. So that, you know, for about 10 minutes you make money, and 10 minutes later you're losing the same money you just made, because people are going to want a refund, you know, and rightly so, because it is a quality control issue, which even he didn't understand, because he said, you know, like, usually RC4W Drive is extremely meticulous when it comes to making their parts. Like, they generally don't screw up, you know. And I says, wow, this is my first time ever using their parts, because usually I go with Chinese off-brand stuff, because that's usually, you know, a lot cheaper and still really great stuff, right? You know. And anyways, so we'll see what happens there. But the main crab out in this video is geared towards Traxxas, of course. I just thought about letting you know about the RC4W Drive problem too. Doing a separate video saves me some time and server space. But oh, wonderful, we have a rock in there. I still love my truck regardless, but that is something that you need to be aware of. If you buy this kit, you have no instructions, you have no templates, period. And you're going to have to go through your own screw collection, if you have any screws that are Traxxas screws, in order to mount things up and super secure these side brackets as well. You know, because they do need to be secured a little bit better than just having a screw into a piece of plastic. So you're going to want to do that. But any hooch, more parts are on their way in the mail. Next week I'm expecting at least a minimum of 5 packages, which contains a lot of stuff for the TRX4. And eventually I'm going to be, you know, calling it quits for a little while on parts, because I do want to save up for an SCX-10-2, Kyosho Blizzard, and another big 110 Summit. You know, and of course I want to do a few mods to the SCX-10, but mainly for winter, get a plow and stuff for it, you know. And I found a really nice plow in China that I liked. It's actually a better version of RC4W drives at like probably about half the cost. So anyway, there you go. So thanks for watching, guys. Oh yeah, one more thing while we're here I wanted to show you quick. You'll see, I'll probably mention it again on the next mod video. I got the tow hook, these, what do they call these? There's some kind of a tow hook anyways. They go into these holes, and they are a bugger to put in. Oh, I'll have to show you when I put my new steel front bumper on when it comes in. I'll show you how much of a nightmare it was to do these. And I'm hoping I can transfer these to the new steel bumper, even though it doesn't have the square holes. It might have a way to mount them that'll actually work, is what I'm hoping, because, you know, these things are really cool, and they're heavy-duty steel, so... But that gives like another alternate type of a tow system on a truck, which is actually quite cool. So I like that. Anyways, I'm out of here. See ya.